What up, everybody? It's time, y'all. Grand Finals about to begin for the Spring Tournament 2023. Hope that y'all are excited for this one. We've had an awesome top four so far. Almost every game going down to the last couple of games, or after every set going down to the last couple of games, and it's all culminating today. Origin, who was second place last season, versus SLG, who is a new team, hasn't competed in a few seasons, who made themselves not only into top four off of what some people might consider an upset, but making their way to grand finals, eliminating Joker in an astonishing 4-3 set last night that I hope all of you enjoyed. But we are back again with the grand finals today. The rewards should be starting shortly, so if you are on YouTube, you should go ahead and check the rewards portal, because that should be a pinned message in the YouTube chat. If you're on Twitch, it should also be pinned. Yeah, okay, we're good. Yeah, we are pinned both on YouTube and on Twitch, so you guys should go check out that portal if you want to get your rewards. Log in on the official portal, and then at 9 p.m. Eastern, your rewards should start. Now, since the portal has not started yet, I would invite you really quickly, if you could take a minute. I have to self-plug, but you should follow me on Twitch. That would be great. That's where I normally stream. But yeah, it's down below if you would like to check me out there. But anyway, we can get straight into the two teams that we will be watching here. So here's top four. It has all come down to SLG versus Origin. First, taking a look at the Origin team, who have had an amazing run so far in this tournament. They are yet to lose a set, really. In the top 8 at least, they haven't lost a set. They did lose a couple in the qualifiers, but for the most part, they've had a perfect run. Captain Tanner, a longtime player, has been around a few teams here and there, and is now leading the Origin team, who's been around for the past few seasons since Pramo dissolved. Also on the team, we've got Bubba, Apa, Jay, Tunnel, Pew, Exent, Cora, Panzer, and Sierra. Solid roster there. You can see literally half of them are purple, win rate players, so clearly know what they're doing. And that is the Origin team. And if we look at things, this has been their top 8 run so far. They have beat every single team that they've played. It's gone incredibly well for them. But it all comes down to tonight against SLG. They will be facing, led by FXI, also known as Reaction, who's a Joker player from last season, but the SLG players have played together before under the 404 clan tag. I'm not sure how many of these players were on the old SLG team that made top 4, but this is that group. So again, led by Reaction, aka FXI. We've also got all these players here. A lot of them changed their names to something to make it like less sensical for me to pronounce. But we've got WR, also known as Massivo. I don't remember who all of these players are, but I know some of them. FXC, FX2, who is Group, who is the player who clutched the Game 7 for them last night against Joker. FXSen, YSen, Neiman, Senix, Ylog, and Jonathan David Jr., also known as De Silva, who is a EU player, he's on the APA team, right? He won the EU server. He has a chance to win on 2 servers tonight. Pretty sure he's on the APA team, right? Not the Rejects team. I know he was in Grand Finals, but if I'm correct, he just won the EU server in APA and now has a chance to win on NA as well. And that would be incredible if he's able to win 2 seasons. So those are the 2 teams that we will be watching. If I go ahead and switch over to the bracket that we've seen so far for top 4, this is what it looks like. Oops, zoomed in. That's fine right there. Origin played against Apex, beat them. Origin played against Joker, beat them 4-3, and now is playing against SLG in the Grand Finals. Whereas SLG's route, they first did lose to Joker in a 4-3 set, then they demolished Apex in the lower bracket semis, then played in the lower bracket finals against Joker again. This time they were able to win the Game 7, whereas last time they played, they lost it. They did eliminate Joker in 3rd place, which is a big upset. Now in the Grand Finals again against Origin team, which will be the first time that they've played in the top 4. But they have played a few times in this tournament. They played obviously in top 8 round robin. I believe they played in a qualifier as well. And I think every time that these 2 teams played, it went to a tiebreaker. So it's an incredibly even matched teams right here. I expect this to be a super competitive Grand Finals. Really hope to see it come down to a tiebreaker. But who knows if it'll be happening. Yo, what's going on here? Hold on. Am I getting some notifications? What's this? Yo, wait, we got 5 gift subs from Shoto. What's up, Shoto? Dude, thank you for the gift subs. Megasus, De Silva, Ewan, Pepega, and Tempest. Yo. Shoto, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Everyone enjoy your subs. De Silva especially, since you're playing in just a few minutes here. Enjoy your sub, and good luck with your games. Dude, I appreciate you for that, Shoto. Very kind. Saying hi to everyone in the chat as well. Draconic Army, TK, Ominous, Market, Luck, Iron, Shoto. Who else we got? Pharaoh, Demo, Black Frost, Nino, what's up? Got the whole squad in here. Hope that y'all are excited for NA. Again, the games are going to begin in just a few minutes here, so while the portal isn't active, I would invite you to go jump on over to my Twitch channel, click the follow button, go to my YouTube, click the subscribe button. Would love to see you all around for more content, because after this tournament, right, we're going to be done with the tournament streams, but I'm not done streaming, right? I do plenty of streaming outside of competitive, just some good old gameplay, you know, replays, all that good stuff, and get to stream without a delay in that real content. So I do invite you to join me there, drop in a follow. But we are going to go ahead and get the training room all set up here for the Grand Finals. Make sure that I've got the 2 teams lined up properly, get the icons correct, and let's also take a brief look at the maps that we will be playing for this set here. So again, I'm hiding the screen because I don't want to show anything early, spoil any of the teams' lineups that they might be preparing. So I'm going to go ahead and do it from this screen right here. But we are going to be playing on 5 different maps potentially, if it does come all the way down to it. First map going to be Black Goldville for games 1 and 2. Games 3 and 4 on my favorite competitive map to watch, Canal. 5 and 6 on Normandy, another good one. 7 and 8 on Mayan Ruins, if it comes down to that. And the tiebreaker, going to be an all-time classic map, Castilla. So we're gonna have a great set of maps here. I think all of these maps are pretty enjoyable for competitive. A little bit hard to follow Mayan ruins with a camera just because all the tall buildings, but I will give it my best shot. But we will at least guaranteed see 3 of those maps, and I do hope that we see all 5. This would be a really nice tiebreaker. And again, this is a best of 9. So for the entirety of top 8 and top 4, it's been best of 7 up to this point. But this will be 9 games, first to 5 wins. So that is going to be the format of the set today. We can go ahead and pull all of our players up here. We've got Origin on the left, SLG on the right. And Origin with an interesting strat here, running an MS1. Haven't seen that one used in competitive before. Wonder what kind of strat they would use it for. Maybe like trying to hide it in the base somewhere. I mean, it's really low profile. If you're able to hide it nicely with another tank, could be really useful for capping a base. But curious to see how that will be used if Origin has to make a push. SLG is already locked up on their roster. They've got MLEs, IS-7s, and 3 Stirves. Stirves, of course, the new tank, taking the competitive meta over by storm since it was first released in the Christmas Snow Globes. It was the tank that you could get by getting 10 charms. The tank's very nice. It's got really good high DPM despite being a heavy tank. It's also incredibly mobile and has the super speed boost on top of that, making it able to keep up with mediums and even light tanks for short bursts like that. And of course, having heavy tank hit points plus medium tank mobility and DPM, it's a fantastic tank to be used in this meta. However, it is a glass cannon. The MLEs that SLG is using going to help with that. They've got a little bit more armor. They're also pretty heavy hitters. They've got 480 base alpha damage, which is one of the higher alpha damage guns that you will see in this competitive meta, but it also has tungsten shells, which boosts that alpha damage even more, as well as module damage, so pretty big guns there. Unfortunately, it seems that Origin is not playing the MS1 after all, instead rocking 2 IS-4s, 2 Kronvons, going for that burst damage, an E5, a 60 TP, which is one of the few tanks that has more alpha damage than the MLE, which we do see being used here, and a T100 LT, so Origin is going to have that extra light tank. It will be incredibly useful for the Origin team getting bases. Origin does a really good job at capture point management and putting pressure on the opponent team to make a mistake, having the base disadvantage, and having that light tank is going to help with that capture even more. Saying hello to everyone who's following me right now on YouTube, Twitch, I appreciate it. Market, thank you for the Twitch follow. Much love, brother. Hello to everyone in the chat coming in. Game 1's about to start here, y'all. This is Grand Finals. This is it. This is everything that y'all have been building up for, and I hope that you all enjoy it. Here we go. Game number 1. Let's get it. Origin versus SLG Grand Finals for spring season Blitz Masters 2023 Spring. Starting it off on Black Goldville, we've already gone over the lineups. It is worth pointing out the Origin team has 3 players with a level 40 or higher rank. So rank determines skill, right, as we all know and love. So the fact that they've got 3 players with a gold rank means that they are likely to win this game just off of that alone. SLG had 4 players with a purple rank, so they're decent, but I mean, you gotta base it on ranks, right? So Origin's got this game already. Anyways, just a little bit of a joke there, a little goofy moment. But SLG is going to be heading over towards the A side, committing pretty hard. You can see they've already run their speed boosts and everything. All 3 Stirs have used their super speed. FX2 going to be getting right into the middle here, spotting 2 IS-4s from Origin, as they are not fully committed towards any side right now. We've got a few tanks over towards the town, but one of them being a light tank can easily rotate in and out. However, SLG is extremely heavily committed, as you can see. Ylog already getting in the A base, going to take an early cap point lead for their team, despite Origin having the light tank and the ability to grab a base quicker, electing to play that a little bit more carefully, knowing that if the T100 LT somehow were to get caught out, that it would be a big punish that SLG could put into them. And losing a lot of hit points in a light tank early on is incredibly destructive towards a team strat, because that tank has to be a lot more careful. It cannot make the plays that they normally would want to make using its mobility. The LT already has a lot less hit points as a whole, so you definitely do not want to see that happen. As we can see in the minimap here, SLG is already starting to rotate several of their tanks back over towards the C side of the map. Demon does get spotted, but Origin's going to grab a second base here. They grabbed C with the T100, now getting in B, and Pew actually able to grab it. And Jonathan David Jr., who tried to get a reset, was not actually able to get one. Pew going to step right on into the base, back right out, no problems. Neiman missing that shot as well. So Origin, who did have the base disadvantage early on, now has the extra base. IS-4 is typically the tank of choice when grabbing the B base. And SLG tried to reset there with their IS-7 positioning, but it was not quite enough. And Origin had tanks lined up to punish. Jay, Bubba, and Tunnel all lined up. Wylog making a move now for SLG right in the middle of the map here. He might get punished by Bubba and Jay. Curious to see if Jay has any line of fire. No, there's a little bit of a hill in between. But he is pretty far forward, and it's going to be difficult for him to get himself out of there. So we can see Origin has plenty of tanks lined up in the town here. Cora with that 60 TP, 600 alpha damage lined up for whoever wants to try something funny. Speaking of trying something funny, look at Origin, or sorry, look at SLG. They've moved their IS-7s far forward here. Spotting Core, not spotting Tanner, but Jonathan does take a shot from him, so he knows that there is another tank present. SLG starting to make a move on the outside at the same time, all the way over on the A side. Triple Sturbs with that massive DPM all lined up on Tunnel here. And Panzer is the main support. The T100 LT, the gun doesn't hit super hard, but it's going to be a difficult time for SLG to spot that T100, having really good camo also sitting in that sneaky bush back there. But it looks like Eamon from SLG tried to make a crossing play right in front of Cora and took a shot. Capture points are 830 though, so we do need to see a move being made here. And SLG is going to do so with the Sturves, putting big shots into Tunnel there. They're going to push right on forward, and at the same time, the IS-7s are all the way in the C side, but need to see what's going down here. Also stepping in the B base as well. FXI going to be getting hit very hard from Cora. And actually, it looks like the STRVK is pushing in there. Actually lost a tank, and now the T100 is going to be coming around from the side. But it's 900 points here for Origin. They need to start picking up kills, and Jay seems to be the target here, but the T100 LT still doing a really good job of putting that shots in. He's going to be able to take out YSen, no problem, although he is being hit hard here. YSen will fall. 935 points now, and it looks like SLG's gotten out of C and out of B, which means that the cap points are only going to be ticking up even more and more, and Cora does pick up the kill on FXI. 1,000 cap points are reached here for Origin as they take game one. SLG trying to push in there, and they did manage to keep it relatively even on the hit points. But they didn't stick in those bases, and they really needed to pick up kills in the end. Were not able to get the kill on Jay, who they were initially focusing down. And ultimately, they were not able to get enough kills as there were plenty of tanks left alive here for Origin, 6 of them in fact, versus 4 of SLG. And as you can see, the ranks here played a key part in this. Panzer and Cora on top, 47 and 50. You really can't mess with that. But game number 1 does go to Origin, although SLG didn't necessarily have a bad play. They just couldn't really get the kills, and maybe did it a little bit too late there. I thought they had a really good idea though, stepping into B and C, but they weren't able to hold on to that. Game 2, the spawns are going to swap here, and we will see some lineup changes, but not big ones. At least Origin seems to be running mostly the same tanks. They've added a 60 TP, took out that T110E5, but SLG will add their own light tank now, and they're coming back to the Type 71, a tank that is reminiscent of the old meta before its mobility was nerfed, leaving it with very strong armor, but not a whole lot other than that. Decent straight line speed, I suppose, but nothing that would put it over an IS-7 in terms of speed. It's just that raw armor that SLG seems to like in this tank. And so they will be adding one of those, and they will also be adding... Did they have a 60 TP last game? I don't know if they did. I'm already forgetting. I don't think they did. So yeah, they're changing out several tanks here, but they are going to keep their 3 Sturves, valuing that high DPM, even though Origin didn't have any of those Sturves, and they seem to do just fine in game 1, obviously taking it really nicely. Did end up getting that base lead, which proved to be useful in SLG, just didn't really have enough steam left to stop the points and get kills, because that, of course, is the most important thing to do, is to stop the points, right? Because cap is the way to end the game without getting any kills at all. So, you know, capture points are very important, and SLG didn't manage them properly last game. But here we are for game number 2. SLG having an opportunity to equalize the set 1-1. They're going to be committing a lot more heavily towards the C side, it seems. At least looking at how their Sturves and T100 LT are moving. Yeah, okay, so they are sending mostly towards C. Panzer from Origin going to be spotting right in the middle. Is he going to light anything? He does light Wylog. Rest of Origin not really ready to shoot anything out. Spots JDJ as well, De Silva. But Wylog does cross out in the open, takes one hit. I thought maybe he wasn't going to take any at all. Tanner is lit in the middle though and takes a returning shot, and HE from the 60 TP. However, Origin's got their tanks lined up to see if anyone will get spotted in the crossing as well. 60 TP, Kronvons all ready to fire if necessary. And FXI puts a nice shot into core there on the move. Front of the 60 TP, but JDJ receives one as well. So shots are being traded here, but no caps are yet being taken. Core is trying to hold the C base as long as he can off of FXI, but he should be able to rotate out. I don't know if Core will... Yeah, Core will definitely spot him, but... No, actually not spotting him. He says, Corey, you good? After he takes a hit. The FXI will get into the C base. Shortly after, Panzer gets into A, and he actually spots a tank himself, but he is not going to back out of it. In fact, he's going to keep grabbing the base. In fact, puts a shot into FX2, going to put a second in as well. While grabbing the base, FX does get the reset. Was it worth it though? You've taken 900 damage now just to try to go for a base reset, and only delayed Origin by about maybe 40 points or so. I don't think that was worth it for 900 hit points. He does sneak in another shot. No, that was Neiman actually. But definitely not a worthwhile trade there. The points are still within 80 of each other, so it is a 1 kill difference. Of course, the delta of 80 is important to keep in mind, because when you get a kill in tier 10, your points will increase by 40 and the enemy's points will decrease by 40. So delta of 80 means that as long as each team has an equal number of caps, which it seems may not be the case in just a moment, then, you know, you can still have a lead. You can retain the lead, I should say, if you get a kill while being down that much. FX2 takes another hit here. He is still taking damage, and Core sneaking a 700 damage shot from all the way across the map. FX2 is already on 380 hit points. He is a one-shot to every single tank on the enemy team except for that T100. However, B-base being grabbed, Boba Vernon not getting reset. JDJ didn't have anything, and in fact, FXI takes a big hit from the 60 TP there. 600 damage or so, and Origin is going to get the base lead right on back. More bleeding is occurring. SLG has immediately going for a rotation all the way to the A base. Tunnel is left alone here, but Origin's just going to leave him to dry. Panzer not even worried about losing him, and they're going to push immediately into JDJ and FXI, who's spotted, so they've caught 2 tanks out. FXI is not going to be able to cross here. Looking at it from his perspective, no, that's FX2. FXI here can't cross. He's going to get pushed immediately. The tunnel does go down all the way in the A base, but Bubba should be able to pick off FXI here with this next shot. He does so. Jonathan David Jr. is surrounded. Tanner putting shots in from the side. Cora pushing him and preventing him from leaving, so Tanner picks up the kill. And in the meantime, Origin also grabs C, so they are up a tank. They are up caps still. And SLG did pick off one tank, and they've got Cora relatively low here, but he does get himself safe. And SLG isn't really ready to push him. They're all the way on the other side of the map here. And in fact, FX2 does go down right below me. Didn't get to catch that one, but Origin picks up yet another kill. Now all the way into the B base. Wylog getting clipped out by double Kronvons. All of those shots going in. Tanner getting another kill. A little bit too late of a push here from SLG. And while those Kronvons are empty, in comes Panzer with shots. In comes Bubba with shots on Ysen. And SLG simply does not have the tanks left. They get one kill, but it's still a 5-on-3. Ysen trying to farm, but Origin is all surrounding SLG here on the B base. Ysen finally does fall from behind there, and now it is just a 5-on-2. Origin's going to take this one rather convincingly as well. Neither of these games going very well for SLG, as Origin is one step closer to their first championship season. So unfortunate plays from SLG. Unfortunately, they just seem to be relinquishing the B base and not knowing what to do once Origin grabs it. Although a lot of early game bleeds as well just put them on the deficit, not only in the caps but in the hit points as well. So really never had the advantage there for any part of the game. And I really do question what FX2 was doing in the Sturv, just trying to get small resets on the T100 in the A base, losing 900 hit points just to delay the caps by a little bit. Didn't seem worth it to me. But anyway, here we are for game number 3. 3 and 4 will be played on Canal here. Definitely my favorite map to watch, and I hope that we see something crazy coming out from these teams. I know that I was talking to Reaction FXI the other day, and it was last night actually, right before the set, and he says, he didn't know what they wanted to do on Canal yet. They were not sure, so I hope for SLG's sake that they decided to cook something up, because, you know, this is going to be an important map. If they end up continuing to lose here on this map, going down 3-1 or even 4-0 would be extremely painful for them. Getting some more notifications, it seems, here. Oh my goodness. When we pull those up really quickly, we've got a raid from 7 Steven, and he subbed from Grim. Yeah, thank you, Grim, for the sub, man. Appreciate it. 25 minutes in a row. That's amazing. That's nuts. Very kind. But thank you, Steven, for the raid. Appreciate it, man. Hope that you're enjoying the stream. But here we go, 20 seconds left, and SLG does have something planned. Obviously, you can see 3 Sturvs are still there. They haven't been working amazing for SLG as of games 1 and 2, but game 3 mobility is pretty useful on a map like Canal, which has got a lot of sneaky ways for you to rotate through and push. So we will see exactly how they use it. They've also got a TVP in the mix, whereas Origin actually has a relatively tame lineup. You tend to see some of the more outlandish strats on this map, but Origin having some pretty standard tanks here, 60 TPs, IS-7s, and T100s. And again, they have 3 tanks with a level 40 plus rank, so that just gives them plus 100 skill, which seems to be really helping them through this set. Sorry, I had to take a drink there. My voice is actually a little bit rough today, I won't lie. I've been coughing a decent amount, and I'm doing my best to keep my voice nice and energetic for y'all, but it's kind of hard. Wylog is going to immediately be trying to cross around. I thought he was going to see if he could go for a quick reset on C, but look at Cora here. Cora has preemptively loaded his tungsten. They're trying to go for shots onto Wylog. Wylog spotted both of those tanks though, and FXI in the TVP is going to be able to put clipping shots into Cora and Pew. So good early bleeds onto their team. So nice spotting from Wylog. And Origin had a sneaky play in mind with those 60 TPs with that nice alpha damage, but they weren't able to execute on anything crazy. They did get the C base. They are going to get A, so once again they will have the cap lead. And they tend to play extremely well with that cap lead. But SLG did get some really good early shots in on Pew, who could be a nice focal point if SLG does decide to push in a direction that does have Pew happening to be there. Now, of course, since Origin has the lead, they're just going to relax right now. You can see both of their T100s are as far away from the action as they possibly could be for Origin having this side of the map. And that's, of course, important because a T100 LT does not stand very well when being pushed into. Of course, it's the softest tank on this battlefield. It's got the least amount of hit points on this battlefield. So, not an easy tank to survive any form of push, which is why we can see them far away. Also want to draw attention to the spot that Panzer's in. He's in a sneaky little bush that not a lot of teams end up using. And you don't actually need to use the bush part, but this is a nice sneaky area to spot anyone coming through underneath these bridges here. If I kind of zoom on in, you can kind of see it's got a nice line of sight. It's not useful for necessarily hitting those shots, but it is useful for getting information, and if you do spot something, you can immediately fall back, remaining safe there. Now FXI has gotten a few more shots in here. While I was highlighting that, Tunnel actually did take some damage there. He is now on about the same amount of hit points as Pew is. So things are a little bit scary there in terms of in terms of hit points. The caps are good here for Origin. SLG still not able to grab another base. I'm guessing Neiman's trying to sneak into C here. He has taken a hit though. He will probably attempt to get into the base again. But what is spotting him is the question here. Wylog took another hit. Neiman's trying to back himself in, but FXI takes a shot all the way from the other side here. His loader was damaged, as well as his turret broken, so Cora spotted him out somehow. But Neiman does get spotted once again, gets in the base, but takes another hit. And now the LT on half hit points here. SLG is not able to stop it. You're not able to stop the bases from ticking up. Origin is able to stop SLG from grabbing C. And that means that Origin will need to defend a push from SLG. They're going to be putting FX2 in the base. Now curious to see things from his perspective. All Core needs to do is try to peek it, but no, FX2 is behind the rock, or behind the building. This is smart. Core is not lighting anything. He's actually getting absolutely nuked himself. Sneaky shots all the way across from FXI. SLG does actually stop the base, and that's going to put the onus on Origin to force a push now. And Origin is not looking good in the hit points. They're about 2k down. They've got 3 tanks that are incredibly low. Korra, Pew, and Tunnel. Well, Pew and Tunnel not necessarily perilous in terms of their hit points, but Korra cannot survive anything. Whereas the tanks that are low on SLG are the quick ones. Neiman, who can get out of any situation with that 200 LT, and the TVP, who is also, you know, a medium tank, nice and quick. Sorry, my cough came back. My voice is not doing too well right now, guys. I will do my best, but I am struggling here. Oh, man. Origin does hit 800 points, but SLG hits 600 before Origin hits 800, and since their points are ticking up twice as fast, that means they will get there first. Look at Jonathan David Jr., though. He is pretty ISO from the rest of his team, and Origin is lining up on him. Look at Bubba gets spotted. He's still standing there. The two T100 LTs are going to have to cut him off somehow. One kill will be enough to put Origin ahead and in a winning position here. And look at Korra. He's snuck all the way over to the A side of the base. He is not in danger of getting killed. But in comes Bubba. Jonathan's not spotting anything. This could be incredibly scary. Bubba's still sneaking around. He spots, gets spotted. Jonathan David Jr. going to back down. In come the T100 LTs as well. How is SLG going to line up here? Jonathan has dropped. And the points are at 800 now for SLG before Origin reaching 900. In come the LTs. They're spotted as well. Jay's going to step into the C base, actually stopping the advantage that SLG would have had in the bases. And SLG doesn't really have a defense here for it. Their tanks are not lined up. Jisoo is taking lots of fire, but look at the shots going into Y-Log as well. FXI all the way in the TVP trying to bleed out Jay as much as he can, but he's still surviving. And 900 points now for Origin. Things are starting to look bad for SLG. They are up on the hit points. They just need to make a play, and they do get the kill on Korra all the way cross map. That puts SLG once again in the base lead. FX2 is going to try to get the kill on Jay. They actually are able to do so all the way from the other side. Now the tanks from SLG pushing directly into that corner. They want to get the kill on Pew as well, realizing that they're going to lose Jonathan. They're going to lose FX2. They really need to get another kill there, and they do get so on Tunnel, getting 1,000 points just barely before losing Jonathan David Jr. And SLG does put themselves on the board here with a really nice game 3. Wish that I could have looked at the push in the corner as well, but the important fight was on C there. And that is what won SLG that game, being able to defend that base long enough, ended up getting those kills. And really good job from them. They were able to pick it up there. Maybe it shows that ranks don't determine skill after all. Huh, who would have thought that one? Well, GG there. SLG takes game 3. Looking to equalize on game 4 here. This time, SLG is going to have the south spawn, which is a much easier spawn for grabbing bases C and D. C and D are a lot easier to grab than A and B. B base in particular can be defended in the early game and also the mid game by any team that's taking the A side, which is exactly what Origin did. They completely prevented SLG from trying to take B. SLG knew that they weren't going to be able to grab it, and in the early game it can be a risk. Origin can defend the B base, but people don't always put tanks there anyway, so we'll see exactly how it goes. Chat is going crazy right now. I wish that I could read the chat, but hope that y'all are doing good. I see a comment on no meds. Problem with mediums and light tanks in this game, Alan, is the fact that they don't have enough hit points. And hit points are incredibly important because it means you can survive long enough to put a few more shots out, and damage at the end of the day is incredibly important. So that's why you don't see mediums for the most part. Light tanks only sparingly, and light tanks have mobility advantage and camo advantage over mediums, and they are utilized for different purposes that aren't just damage output. They're mostly used for vision plays and rotation plays, whereas mediums can do that, but they're worse at it, right? They've got better damage output, but they still have too many weaknesses to be used in a big fashion. So that's why you don't tend to see a lot of them. In fact, I would say Canal is probably one of the maps where you see the most mediums being used. Mediums and lights. We did see 2 of them from Origin last game. This time they're going to be only running a T100 LT. But you do tend to see mediums, but just a lot more rarely. Anyway, we're going to be getting on to game 4 here, and SLG has a chance to even it up right now. Readying up with their TVP and T100 yet again, so they will run that medium. And FXI going to be playing a campy game here. Ooh, immediate push from SLG into the C base, but Origin's already got stuff lined up onto Y-Sen. Tanner, Panzer, and Neiman's getting pushed out from the middle as well. SLG's immediately falling back off of the C base. A crossfire on Jonathan David Jr. as well, and immediately tons of shots going to SLG. They are already down 3,000 hit points, and it's been 30 seconds into the game right now. Neiman is continuing to take damage, not looking too good in this position right here. Look at how aggressively Bubba has pushed forward. He went right across the bridge. It is completely safe to SLG. Y-Sen is going to try to put shots into him, but those pipes are just completely covering Bubba's rear here, so he's in an aggressive position, but it works out incredibly well for them. And Origin does actually grab bases A and B first, making me eat my words. And SLG finally grabs their own base D, and now Panzer is spotting here. And SLG can't really go for a push, though, because Core is right here. Core just needs to help out. No, Panzer is getting deleted anyway, though. FXI puts in his whole clip. Wylog's going to put in another shot, and Panzer's stuck here. SLG should be able to pick up the kill. However, Neiman's not looking too good himself, and it looks like Core is trying to get sneaky shots on him from across the map. Does put in another one. Panzer's incredibly low. How is he still alive? SLG's not really able to punish him, and Core should be able to pick up the kill on Neiman. Does so. Actually, it's Tanner doing so, but look at the hit point differential. Though Panzer does fall, Origin's got all of their tanks lined up. They perfectly punished Jonathan David Jr. in the C base. He's still too scared to take it, and he's continuing to get railed absolutely by the enemy team. FX2 trying to sneak around into Pew, but here's Core right here. Core is still not getting spotted, by the way. He's just farming in the 113, absolutely destroying. FXI is going to sneak on in, and then Cora, he's going to go for the kill on Cora, even though he's not completely loaded here. FXI pushing maybe a little bit prematurely. He's going to take some of the attention away from the rest of his team. But no, Cora is still going to try to put shots into Senex and whatever. He's not even looking at FXI. And FXI is going to put in his clip. But is it enough to even get the kill? No. He's going to survive on 73 hit points. Right now, SLG is still struggling incredibly hard here. Senex taking more damage. Finally, they will put another tank in to kill Cora. But Origin is now going to push right into Y-Sen, into Senex, and into Jonathan David Jr. And even though SLG has an extra tank right now, their hit points are really, really lacking. Things are not looking good for JDJ. Tunnel's about to pick up the kill. They're going to lose Y-Sen as well, so that's 2 tanks down now. Sorry, 2 tanks that were downed. We are now even as Pew gets picked up himself, and the rest of SLG is actually lined up nicely on Tanner here. Origin's still up a good amount of hit points. But FXI is still reloading his clip, though. Another shot goes in, but 900... Sorry, I almost heard that as 900 points. 600, now 700 points here for SLG. They will stop the B base. FX2 sitting in the B base tunnel, trying to stop C. Not able to do it, but Jay, the tank with the most hit points here for Origin, is going to be able to pick up the kill on Senex with an average roll. Rolls just low enough. He's live on 11 hit points, and shots are going into Jay. He may actually die here for that play. Senex should be able to put in another shot, and so does Wylog from afar. And actually, SLG's pulling it back. It's a 4-on-3. Tunnel and Bubba do pick up the kill on FXI, though, so it's still a 3-on-3 scenario, but now SLG has 2 bases. Senex needs to fall back, though, and Bubba's trying to line something up on him. Gets spotted. FX2 still hiding the best he can, and Senex just needs to fall back right now. Origin has SLG has 2 bases, but everyone's incredibly low right now. Every single tank is a one-shot, except for FX2, but even then, a high roll could do it for him. So things are incredibly scary right now. Origin all lined up together. They're hiding in the middle here, but the capture points are going to be pressure onto Origin to make a push. And you definitely don't want to be pushing when you're on 200, 300 hit points here. Tanner is spotted. FX2 does get lit here, but SLG's all in defensive positions, stopping base B from being grabbed, stopping D from being grabbed. And what's Tunnel doing? Tunnel's actually getting spotted by Wylog. Wylog does get spotted, but he is back just in time. And Tunnel has to make a move, misses the shot on Wylog. Wylog misses the returning fire, and Tunnel's just going to drop on down. Wylog may be able to pick up the kill. Doesn't do it, though. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map here, Bubba sneaks one into FX2. And SLG is on a combined 254 hit points right now. FX2 is just trying to hide the best that he can. This building does give him plenty of cover, but it means that Bubba will be able to step onto the B base. And right now, Origin still does have the cap lead, but not anymore. Tunnel falls. Now SLG has the lead. Doesn't matter that Bubba's grabbing this base as long as it doesn't get grabbed. And Senex with the crossfire onto Bubba. Now it's just Tanner left alone against 3 tanks. He falls as well. And SLG with a combined 254 hit points, able to take game 4. Incredible clutch there from that team. That was looking so scary. They were able to pick off core in that corner and then had a positional advantage. Having that light tank in the end game is so incredibly important. As you could see, Tunnel could do nothing about the SLG light tank player Y-Log there. Incredible game 4, and yeah, SLG with an insane clutch. That was very, very well-deserved win there. Origin had that for so long, but unfortunately for them, we are back at a tied set. But with such a strong start for Origin is now an even set once again heading into game 5. That means that we are going to be seeing at minimum 7 games today for sure. And that means that a tiebreaker is still in sight here. I'm excited for that. Normandy, our next map. And now for the first time, Origin will pull out those stirrs. They've been hiding them all set long. Busting them out now, we've got 4 of them. Going to be playing with lots of DPM now. 1 Kron for burst, 60 TP for alpha damage. They will keep a T100 in there. I think it's important to have that light tank for that flexibility. SLG gonna have one as well. 2 Stirves, 2 MLEs, 60 and an E5. Wow, what a set that we have so far here. Origin with an incredible start. SLG sneaking that win. Wow. It is just so difficult for me to put into words how good this set is, right? Oof. And again, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Twitch, go from the portal. If you're on the NA server, you can get rewards from watching the portal. It should be a pinned message on YouTube and on Twitch, so go and check that out for free crates. You guys love gambling, right? Here we are, y'all, game 5. Again, the set is tied 2-2. SLG, despite reaction telling me that they did not know what they were going to do on that map, they just cooked 2 impressive wins there. What is the core of SLG? SLG is 404, and they are also being led by a Joker player, FXI, also known as Reaction, who was the light sync player for Joker last season. Anyway, game number 5 starting here in Normandy, the map. Panzer going for some quick spots in the T100. Does detect Neiman, go for an early shot? No, not quite firing it yet. Spots JDJ before falling back, but Neiman now lit for 20 seconds, special ability of that T100. However, SLG is wasting no time, immediately getting into the D base, where Origin is not lined up there at all. Look at them, all these stirves, 4 of them, plus the T100, plus the 60 TP, all lined up trying to sneak a shot in on the crossing, but SLG not taking that bait. They've immediately got the cap lead, and I really like the FX2 play here. He's going basically red line here to try to get himself into the bunker. He may take a hit though. No, Pew misses. Core hits though, 600 damage. So not able to necessarily redline it the entire way. There was a point where he had to be exposed if he wanted to get into that corner, and unfortunately, he was hit by the highest alpha damage tank of the team. But look at this Origin play. They're immediately going into the beach here of the map. They're going to try to push FX2 out from behind. But getting shot Neiman from the crossing. FX2 is trapped here though, but in comes SLG. They are lined up here. Question is, do they have shots on Tanner at all? He turns to the side, but here's FXI. Puts another one in. Tanner's taken 2 for that. FX2 is pretty low though, and they should be able to pick up the kill. He misses another shot. Tanner's still taking damage though. Incredibly low here for both of them. FX2's putting out that damage well. SLG's got the points in. But SLG is also pushing across on the rest of Origin, who's still lined up over there. But Tanner and Tunnel are both getting bled out really hard here, and SLG is just going to go for that counter push. They no longer have a chance of killing FX2 here. Look at this. They're just going to punish Tunnel hard. FXI should be able to get this kill, no problem. Jonathan David Jr. sneaking another shot into Tanner there, making him incredibly low. FX2 puts another shot into Tanner, who sneaks one more in, but he's going to go down. Origin's going to have to go for some sort of counter push over here, but it's a 7-on-5. SLG is up on the hit points by about 2,000. Origin's going to try to surround SLG, who's set up in the bowl here, but they get another kill on Pew the Impaler. Origin trying to move in on Wysen here in the MLE, but he's got support here from Neiman. However, the Kron Von having 2 shots should be able to put in quick burst. Panzer, of course, farming from behind. But Neiman picks up yet another kill. It's a 7-on-3 right now. Origin is yet to pick up any kills right now. They were finally pick up Wysen after a couple more shots here, but they've got nothing left in the tank. Jay falls still, and now just getting their first kill. It was a 7-on-2. And now Bubba's in an empty clip Kron. He is not going to be long for this world. And SLG with a very dominant win here. Hit point sharing extraordinarily. Origin was not able to pick up any kills until it was too late. Panzer's going to try to sneak one more in. Not able to even get that one potentially. No, he does sneak one more in. Congratulations to Origin. You got your second kill of the game with about 3 seconds to spare. And that was the first actual dominant win that we see SLG take there. They absolutely destroyed that counter push right into Origin's double beach strategy, which did not work at all. It was a good idea to try to pick off the tank in the corner there, but SLG had a great rotation. And despite Origin actually having the tank advantage over in the bowl area, we're still not able to pick up any kills. SLG just straight up outbrawled them in that area. I didn't get to watch it for the first part because I needed to see that counter push SLG made. But how does Origin not get any kills over there? They had a 5-on-4 in the bowl and still didn't pick up anything. How does that work? I don't know. And I wish I got to see it a little bit better. But it is what it is, I suppose. And Origin lost that game for sure. But they're going to keep 3 Sturfs here. Surprisingly, didn't really work out last game, but they do go back to the tank that they love. You know, they go for that burst damage play with the Kron Vons. So we see a mix of both. 3 Krons for burst, 3 Sturfs for consistent DPM. SLG keeping those MLEs in there. 2 Sturfs, 2 60s, and a T100. So Origin's actually dropped their light tank entirely. Maybe Panzer not farming as much as he could have after all, or was it Pew? I think it was Pew. I always mix those two up. But SLG took that one incredibly easily. At least they made it look easy. Obviously, beating Origin at all is not easy. This might be the first time that they're losing all tournament long. But game number 6 going to start here as the spawns swap on Normandy. And again, different lineups for both teams, so we'll see how they get used. But this is the first game where Origin didn't take an early cap lead, isn't it? Origin typically pretty good at bringing the caps back. I mean, I guess initially they didn't have the cap lead on those Black Guildville games, but they took it back pretty quick at the B base. But this game, they didn't even try to go for caps at all. And they really didn't play their own game there. They kind of played to SLG's game. And I like the idea of aggression, but it did not work out. They had all of their tanks bunched up in the middle, and they were not effective. But this time, I didn't actually catch the plane flying in. We will do so this time. Beautiful animation by Wargaming. Wish they would do that for more maps, because that's just always incredible to watch. SLG is again going to go for the cap lead. This time, though, they have the light tank, which makes it a lot easier for them to do so. But is Origin just going to YOLO it? Look at Panzer here. He's driving forward. Wants to get that reset. And FXI, he's going to grab it. He's going to stay in. Actually taking a hit from SLG there. Drives out. Panzer not going to get a shot in, and instead taking a couple there. So early advantage here for SLG, both in the hit point department and in the caps. I mean, the hit points, obviously, they're too close to make any real comments on, but the fact that they've already bled a tank of a third of his hit points. And they're just all lined up behind that church area, by the way. Just look at these guys. They're all just bunched up. It's nice and cute, but they do give Origin map control. They've already put the IS-7 right in the middle there. He's going to have no problems being challenged by SLG here, as they're just way too far back to do much. They will grab the A-base, though. Having that extra light tank is useful. They grab the A-base, no problem. And Neiman actually does spot both of the Origin tanks that are trying to make plays onto the ace side now. Tanner bounces the shot. Neiman puts one in. But Origin does have plenty of presence in this area. They're actually going to rotate with their other 2 Krons as well. And SLG, will they be ready for the push here? They're all lined up. They're all spotted now. Jay does take another shot. Jonathan David Jr. and Neiman doing a great job of putting out damage without taking too much in return. SLG still all lined up on this side, but oh my goodness, what happened to Tanner? Tanner gets absolutely dominated there. And in comes Origin, though. They're going to take out Neiman, no problem. In come the Stirs from behind. Neiman's toast. Pew wasting his shot, though. I think that he should have left that kill to the Stirves and instead started reloading that clip. But Jisoo, Jay takes a big shot as well. Panzer's left alone, though, against all of these SLG tanks. He goes down as well. So we are seeing even on the tanks, but Origin is now getting picked off. Pushing maybe a little bit too far forward, and SLG is already, you can see them all storming in here. MLEs, Sturv, they're all driving right on in. Bubba's not going to stand a chance. Nope, he does stand a chance as Senex misses the shot. Ysun instead going for Pew. Wylog missing the shot as well. How is Bubba still alive? Finally, they get the kill, but SLG took a little bit of time to get that. And in the meantime, Origin had some time to reload their clips. Senex and Ysun all taking damage, but Ysun's just going to drive right on in. We see 2 1-tap Kronvons right there. They both fall. And SLG once again has the advantage. They've got 3 tanks up here, only losing 1, and Tanner's about to be the next tank to fall. Whereas Korra will finally pick up Wylog in just a minute here, but it's not going to be enough for him. Look at Jonathan David Jr. just swinging himself around here, just memeing about. I don't really know. Oh, he's looking at Tunnel. That's what he's doing. But he's not able to save anyone, and he is now left alone against all of these SLG tanks. And we're going to see 4 wins in a row after losing those first 2 games on Black Goldville. Then SLG taking 4 in a row? That is absurd, and already we're at match point. What is going on here, y'all? SLG's momentum is incredible, winning both games on Canal, then both on Normandy, too. On that push from Origin, they just overextended afterwards. I mean, I like the idea of picking up Neiman, but then they hung tanks on the other side of the map as well. They weren't nearly as coordinated as they wanted to be, and at the end they overextended too far. SLG with all of their tanks driving over, you could just see them all rushing over the bull. A glorious sight to behold. And SLG is 1 win away from taking the NA season. How many of y'all predicted that? I want to know how many of you guys predicted SLG to win at the beginning of the season. That's absolutely insane to me. Absolutely absurd. Joker's run was looking so dominant for the entirety of the season. But then SLG in top 4 says, "Hi guys." And yeah, now they have a chance to take it away from Origin 2. Will the Tanner curse live on? Tanner's gotten second place so many times. And this was looking like his best shot to win it all. I mean, they won top 8 with a perfect 7-0 record. But now they're 1 game away from losing it, and here we are in Mayan ruins. This could be it. SLG is going all in on the tungsten shells. There are 3 tanks at tier 10 that have a special tungsten consumable that buffs your alpha damage and your module damage as well. And all of these tanks are on display now for the SLG team. They've got 2 VK72s, they've got 2 60 TPs, 2 AMX MLE 54s. All of them do have that tungsten shell, so their alpha damage is going to be absolutely nutty this game. And then, of course, the Sturv to round it out with the DPM because, you know, why not, right? Origin keeping it simple with their 60s, IS4s, an E5, and 1 MLE. But we've got a big beefy lineup for SLG. Will Origin be able to outstrat, outmaneuver them? No light tanks in this game, but the fastest tank in this one will be that SLG Sturv. So they're going to have the mobility advantage once again. And here we go. Is this going to be the end of Origin's run? Or will they stay alive for another game here on Mayan? Let's find out, everybody. Origin immediately looking like they're going to be committing hard towards the A side. I don't see anyone planning to turn towards the middle right now. SLG's actually doing the same thing. See Jay through the middle, but he's probably just taking a quicker route all the way up. Yeah, Origin is hard committed. SLG is hard committed. It's about to go down, y'all. Look at FX2 here, leading a bit of a sneaky play, trying to hold back, maybe wait for Origin to overextend into the A base. But Korra and JDJ do end up spotting each other here. JDJ, the only tank driving into the middle for SLG, and then Jay getting spotted in the IS-4, trying to hold as best he can. A really nice hold down position, but he actually does get shot in the side there. He's getting HE'd now from all these high alpha tanks from SLG. Got lots of alpha damage on their side, and Origin does bleed a lot of hit points here. Panzer and Jay have each lost about 1,000. SLG, with all of their alpha damage guns, they are all ready to be here. Look at the VK-72s, by the way. They're like literally backwards, trying to minimize their exposure as much as possible. But in the meantime, though, Tunnel will get onto the A base. Or no, he's going to actually just try to side scrape in and try to fight out SLG this way. But they're just going to get HE'd. Look at this. SLG's got such good alpha damage. They're literally just HEing Origin, and they're already up by 3,000 hit points. Their bleeds are really, really good. Origin is struggling to put shots back in. And this is absolutely incredible, y'all. SLG is really looking strong in this last game here. Or what could be the last game if it continues the way that it's going right now. They're all lined up together, and of course it's a simple town strat, right? They're all just in the town with the exception of one tank, but they've got the HP bleeds. Origin doesn't really have an easy way to get a base. They're just going to have to make some sort of push here, but look at all of these high alpha damage tanks lined up to make any sort of punishes. The VK-72s in particular staring down Bubba Vernon here, and no one from Origin wants to be the tank to make that push. Getting double tapped by VK-72s, 1,280 pure chaos. Neiman loads that tungsten. Bubba takes the shot with his reactive armor. He gets double tapped, but in comes Origin with their massive push into FXI. He's taken a ton of damage. SLG's going to counter push into Panzer and Pew the Impaler. Cross shots from Jay, but he needs to get himself in the fight. FXI is going to go down, and Origin's push is looking really good. And actually, they're actually putting a lot of damage into Wysun as well. Cora should be able to pick off that kill from behind, and Pew is still alive at the end of this. He might even be able to sneak in another shot. Does so. Lights Wylog on fire as well. Panzer and Pew are still alive. They've already lost 2 tanks. SLG going to lose a third soon as well. Jay's coming in from behind now into JDJ. And Origin still got so many tanks alive, and though Panzer may fall, a third tank from SLG is now down by the time they get the first kill. Wylog is incredibly unhealthy. Pew's just doing his best to hide here as much as he can. Gonna sneak one into Neiman. That's an ammo rack. Saving an extra shot or two from Origin, and that means that they're looking incredibly poised to take this one. They finally lose Jay, but it's a 5-on-3. They've got the hit points. Wylog is no more for this world. Now a 5-on-2, and that push from Origin was great. Shout out to Pew and to Panzer for holding that incredibly well with their 60s. They didn't die. They were able to put in extra shots, and Senex is no longer for this game. He's getting shot continuously. FX2 trying to sneak more in, but it's not going to mean anything. He goes down. FX2, the only tank left alive, going to keep it up for as long as he can, but there's no use. Origin potentially going to force a tiebreaker here. They're one game away from it, as they keep themselves alive with a great push around the outside. Of course, it's always scary pushing into 2 tanks that have that massive 640 alpha plus tungsten, but they did it. They tanked the shots, and honestly, Bubba taking the hits in the T-125, that was the best possible result Origin could have asked for. That tank having the reactive armor to reduce the damage incoming, which absolutely helped Origin with that push. And they had amazing focus fire. Shout out to Cora, 4.8k damage. Absolute master gameplay there from the Origin team as they keep themselves alive for another game. What is going on, y'all? This is an incredible set. I am so excited for this game number 8 occurring. And SLG's lost their momentum. They won 4 straight, but then getting stopped dead in their tracks here. Will they be able to clutch out game 8 before Origin starts to feel themselves once again? Because game 9, oh man, the pressure would be on everyone immensely there. Also want to take a second to kind of highlight what's going on in terms of prizing now. So as you guys all know, this is a $20,000 tournament with half of the money, 10k, going to first place. However, SLG is a Brazilian team, and from what I'm aware, Brazil's not actually able to get cash rewards. I think it's just part of their law or something, international law. And yeah, Brazil can't get rewards for this. They can't get cash prizes, so I don't know exactly what's going to happen if SLG, you know, I mean, obviously they're either getting first or second, right? But what's going to happen with that prize money that they're not able to obtain? It's all going to go to the SLG players that aren't from Brazil. or what? That would be absolutely insane. But they're just playing for the love of the game right now, which I absolutely respect. You know, Blitz is a fun game at the end of the day, and these two teams competing at the highest level, you know, this is what it's all about, right? Anyway, game number 8 about to occur here. Will we see the tiebreaker? Will SLG pull off the historical NA run to take the spring season away from this one? What an incredible moment that we're having tonight. And game 8 beginning now. What is SLG's play here? They've got 2 MLEs, a 60, 3 Sturves and an IS-7, so they're going all in on that DPM. Origin with alpha damage here, 60 TPs and MLE, 2 IS-4s. They've got a 2-on-5B in the mix as well. Czech Panzer out looking fresh in his British tank. Beautiful, beautiful tank right there, used purely for that gun. It's got an amazing gun, one of the best in tier 10. However, the platform itself is a little bit awkward to play with that rear-mounted turret and the armor not being the strongest. Jay is going to be doing a similar play to what he did last game, getting directly hulled down on this area here. He actually sneaks the first shot of the game into FXI, getting HE'd himself, but a very strong spot for the IS-4 to take. You can see he is very nicely hulled down. SLG, however, will grab the first bases with FX2 into the C base. And Origin, who were in A, Bubba just drives right through it though. He is not even going to grab the base, just trying to grab himself some real estate for the team, setting down his anchor right here on this little perch right there. But not moving any further right now. And Origin kind of in an awkward position. I don't really know what their game plan is right here. They've got Core behind J. They will finally grab the A base, I suppose. I couldn't really tell. J loses his loader there briefly, you could see on the left side, so his big repair kit is done. Origin does finally grab a base. Also, Pew sneaking that beautiful shot into JDJ. That was incredible. Hitting those on the move, never an easy task. The SLG is already lining themselves back up in their own spawn. Look at this. Look at all of these tanks lined up here. They are... Oh man, if they just look up and see Bubba there, oh my goodness. I just want to sit here for a second and see if it happens. Bubba is lit. They know where Bubba is. They could make a play, but JDJ is actually getting himself shot. Jay pushing right into the B base. Had shots on JDJ. He's actually not able to keep himself safe from both Jay and from Pew the Impaler at the same time. Pew's trying to sneak in that side shot. It's an HE, doesn't quite go in though. JDJ still alive, but Origin grabs the B base, and SLG does have to make a move. JDJ still getting HE'd by Korra, but Korra Panzer are actually pretty far away from the fight here, and SLG's going for a huge push with their Sturves. They lose JDJ, but they've got a ton of damage in the game now, all focusing down Bubba here. In comes Tanner and Tunnel, though. They're going to put big shots into Senex, FX2. Missing those shots, though, and Bubba falls. Damage output really needs to come in here. Origin's tanks are still away from the fight, and SLG's got 5 of them on Tunnel now, and Tanner is trying to back himself up here. Tunnel will be the next to fall, but Origin needs to push up and get these kills here. Senex incredibly low, FX2 going to fall next. Origin's still playing this one slowly. Pew's pretty far away from the fight. Neiman's going to get the kill on him, but Tunnel gets picked off as well. It's a 5-on-5. Pew's on 4 hit points right now. Panzer should pick up the kill. No, Tanner does it instead. Also taking out FX2. They will lose Pew. And they're going to lose Jay as well. Wyson going to sneak that one into his rear. We got a 3-on-3 here. Origin's just tied on the hit points right now, but they've got amazing focus on Wylog. And Neiman's still a little bit out of the fight here. And look at this. Origin's got hard cover from Neiman. Panzer and Korra going to be focusing down Wylog, and Panzer's got that reactive armor, which means he's going to be surviving even longer than before. And who is Origin going to focus here? It's a little bit awkward. Korra's just trying to block Wyson away from the rest of the fight here, which is actually really smart, meaning that Wyson can't focus down Panzer. Panzer's going to be able to shoot Neiman without any issue here. Going to continue putting in those shots. Korra sneaking another one, and Tanner going to take this one as well. Panzer's still keeping himself alive here. Wyson's just trying to drive around, realizing that he can't put in the shot. Great blocking play there from Korra, completely boxing Wyson out of the fight entirely. Panzer still alive, putting in that damage, sneaks another shot and tracks him, turns him to the side. He can't even shoot. There's nothing he can do. He was absolutely outbrawled here. Origin with some amazing plays there, forcing a game 9. Wow, this has been going so back and forth on the maps right now. Origin winning both games on Black Goldville, SLG winning Canal, SLG winning Normandy, and now Mayan going to Origin for both games. And here we are, y'all. Castilla for the tiebreaker. We have already seen SLG play on this map against many teams. They played against Reggie, they played against 4L, and they absolutely dominated both of those teams. I haven't watched Origin play in this map, though, and they've probably got something sneaky cooking. You can already see that 50B, that Sheridan. Origin has the north spawn, which is considered the better spawn most of the time. There's a little bit of an awkward thing having Castilla as the tiebreaker map, is that it's unbalanced. It's an unbalanced map, and it's asymmetrical at the very least, unbalanced at most. But Origin's already running an interesting lineup here. They've got 2 Krons, which we usually see them all lined up on the church area. We've got Tanner in the 200 and Panzer in the Sheridan. Also got a Sturv and a 215B still coming back out there. SLG's got quite a lineup themselves, but I mean much more tame. 1 T100, 3 Sturvs, MLE, E5, IS7. So pretty normal lineup, all things considered, for SLG. This is another one of those maps where you can see crazy strats here, and Origin seems to be running something. I want to see what they're cooking. Is it a self boost? Is it a sneaky 50B YOLO push? I'm guessing he might be defending B. I don't really know. But I mean, 30 seconds left until the game starts, and we're about to find out, y'all. This is game 9, tiebreaker coming down to the wire. What a competitive set to end the NA season on. This has absolutely got to be one of the greatest seasons of all time on the North American server, and we are all here live right now to witness this moment in World of Tanks Blitz NA history. Unless, of course, you're watching it post-commentary with the YouTube video, but either case, y'all are here for something special, y'all. Game 9, Origin SLG. How will the season end? Let's get it. Let's get it. Whew. All right. Game 9, Origin SLG. Who will be crowned the champion of the spring season? It all comes down to these next 7 minutes. How will it end? Both teams look like they're going in opposite directions. No, they're not. Never mind. Origin's just kind of splitting themselves out here. They're not worrying about an initial commitment. And SLG actually crossing with Ylog and his MLE, going for a bit of a B-based defense, but no team seems to be rushing a cap here. Also checking out Tanner all the way over there. He does succeed in the self-boost. And FXI going for some sneaky spots in on Cora and Bubba. Actually takes a hit from Tanner, though, all the way on the other side. Taking 2 hits there, that's not a good way for SLG to start out. Check out Panzer all the way up top, sneaking a beefy one into reaction there. Already lost half of his hit points, 45 seconds in. And look at Origin, they are lined up in a pretty all-encompassing strat here. They've got tanks on either side of the map, each corner, kind of trying to hold down all of the bases instead of grabbing any particular one. Tunnel, though, did take a few shots. He's lined up with his 2 and 5B all the way on this corner. I predicted the Krons to both be here, but they're actually not. Tunnel trying to sneak another shot into FXI there, who is still spotted. He's got to hide as best as he can here. And will Tunnel going to try to put some blind shots in? But FXI is no longer there. And here we go, y'all. SLG is rotating themselves all the way over towards the seaside. Normally being covered right now by Tunnel, a 2/3 hit point tank right now. Could be a target for SLG, however, their light tank is incredibly soft, and FXI is going to have to play super passive for the rest of this game here. He's only on half hit points. And Cora is lined up on a B defense here, so one of the things that I did initially think that he might be doing. But look at Jay. Jay with a super big risk here, pushing all the way out in the open. SLG's not really lined up to do anything about it, though. And he's going to get to this position just fine, even denying SLG from the B base even further with a really nice hold down spot. He's not going to light anything. He does get spotted himself, though. And actually, yeah, there's Senex and FX2 both spotted from Jay's sneaky little play here. Origin is going to realize that SLG is pushing all the way across into the C side of the map, though. And Pew getting some really good information here with some spots as well into Neiman and FXI. They know where that 900 hit point tank is here. And this could be a big target for Origin. They're still not committed, mind you. Look at them. They're still all lined up on different sides of the map. Tanner finally drops down from the self-boost spot. But he is going to drive towards the A base, and SLG has basically let the A base go. They've got Neiman there, and Jisoo's going to try to sneak some shots in. Jay, sorry. But Pew going to put pressure on Neiman as well, and that's going to allow Tanner the opportunity to grab this base. As long as Pew can continue to put out that pressure and stop SLG from resetting it using that tank, He's looking forward, but look at this. The rest of SLG's coming back. Pew takes a hit, but in comes Y-Sen spotted. And Tanner's going to have to back himself out there. He just in time grabs the base, gets spotted, needs to run. Look at all of SLG. They're all lined up here. Tanner's going to drive through the bottom here, but SLG's coming in hard. Jay and Wylog kind of fighting each other out here, but Jonathan David Jr. is going to have the rear of Jay actually in just a moment. And Oregon's still really spread out here. Are they going to be able to stop any particular push from occurring? Looking at Jay's position here, he's actually not in quite big danger from Jonathan David Jr. yet, but he is now spotted. And Origin knows that he's there, maybe going to sneak in some shots that way. No, he's still full health right now. Is going to take a hit there, does back down before Jay able to do much damage to him. But Origin does have the cap now, and they are lined up to defend it. Bubba, Tanner, Pew, all there. Pew's not really in an easy position to get pushed out either. Senex dripping on the A-base for just a moment, but not going to be enough to do anything just quite yet. But they are starting to line up. Bubba spotted, though, in a sneaky little position here, sneaking shots into Senex. Look at this beautiful hold-down spot. Somehow bouncing that one, though, but need to hit that third. Really nice. But now, Bubba is out of shells. He's going to have to spend a lot of time reloading. We know that that tank's got good burst, but low overall DPM. Also, Pew's taking hits here. Jonathan David Jr. might actually sneak another one into him, too, from cross-map. Not firing. Not firing. Doesn't have anything lined up yet, it seems. Pew will get himself unspotted. He is a point of weakness here for Origin. However, Origin does have plenty of tanks supporting him. They've got Panzer, they've got Tunnel all the way across map, and they've got plenty of tanks behind him as well. And Bubba with a sneaky spot himself in particular, completely denying the A-base from being grabbed. And SLG is once again making a move. You can see in the minimap they are all moving back towards the seaside. They're going to try to go for a push there instead, going as flexible as they can here. Only 2 minutes left in the game, by the way. Hit points are about as even as they could be. Lots of hits spread out throughout both teams, and Tunnel taking another big one there. Don't want to be taking hits now. SLG will finally drive onto the C base, but is it going to be enough? No, Jonathan David Jr. is driving out in the open. Will Origin have a punish on him? They don't yet, but look at Jay. Jay's lined up with the Kronvon, missing shot number one. And he's actually taking a good amount of damage. In comes Wylog from behind as well. Jay seems to be the point of weakness for Origin here. And he missed his shots, and he could actually go down. He needs to put both of his in, puts them in. Down goes Jonathan David Jr., but now Tunnel going to be the next target here. SLG running both of their stirves on him. He's got his reactive to survive as long as he can. Puts one more shot in. Jay does fall as well, so SLG is going to be able to pick up 2 kills. Still down on the caps, but now Pew could get pushed out by Neiman. All of a sudden, things are looking a lot better for SLG, as Origin's tanks left alive are relatively soft. They've got one Sturf who's taking lots of damage all the way from across the map. All the way from the 2 Sturfs all the way at C. They actually pick up the kill there. SLG is up on 2 tanks right now, despite Origin still having the hit point lead and the caps. Now Tanner's starting to take damage. Panzer's still lined up all the top in the Sheridan, but he is incredibly soft. He gets spotted himself, need to drop down. And Origin, they're starting to lose a little bit of their flexibility. They do pick up the kill in Wylog, so it's a 5-on-4, but SLG starting to get themselves in the fight here. And Origin doesn't have much armor left. They've got a Kronvon, but the 50B T100 Sheridan, all incredibly soft tanks. SLG is immediately going to go for a play on Cora, but Cora's got a big clip ready, and FX2 is not going to be able to survive this. Cora gets 1 kill. He's going to go on Y-Sen now. That's going to be another one, and we've got Panzer lined up with another shot in. Cora's going to be able to pick up yet another kill with such an effective clip. They're getting 2 kills, tons of damage. And now it is Origin that is up on the tanks. They're up on the hit points despite losing Cora. Now it's a 3 tank on 3 situation. SLG lined up on Bubba, but look at Panzer still camping up top in the Sheridan. Bubba picking up the kill, and now it's a 3-on-1 Origin versus Neiman. But the time is at 10 seconds left. Both teams are giving their salutes, and Origin is going to be your 2023 spring season champion. Congratulations, Tanner, for your first championship. Oh my goodness, my met was still big there. Wow, what a set. What a finale there. SLG looking like they had a push to start it off. That amazing clip from Cora at the end, picking up 2 kills, putting all of that damage out there. And Origin gets their 5th game, winning it. Congratulations to Origin, your new champions for the NA server. SLG, you put up an incredible fight. I was so happy with the way that y'all played this entire season, really putting your name out there despite, you know, being relatively, I don't want to say unheard of, but not necessarily taken as seriously at the beginning. You guys absolutely proved that you deserve to be here in this top 4, and I cannot congratulate you enough on such a well-played tournament. But Origin, congrats. Y'all are the champions. Shout out to Tanner. Shout out to the rest of his team. My good homie Jisoo, who is in their lineup as well. Incredibly happy with the way that things went for y'all. That was amazing. And let me see if I can get Tanner on here. Let me message him real quick. Oh my goodness. That is amazing. I hope that y'all enjoyed that set as much as I did. This was an incredible NA season overall. I don't know about you, but this is absolutely the most competitive season that I have ever watched on the NA server. And I'm so happy that I got to do this with y'all. This is such an incredible set. Incredible tournament overall. Top 4 in particular. Great stuff, y'all. Wow. Honestly, MVP there was Panzer lined up in the back and Korra. They both put in the damage at the end when it really mattered for that game. Wow. Still nothing from Tanner yet. I'm sure he's still celebrating with the rest of his team, and if that's what they're going to do, then absolutely no problem. Y'all definitely deserve it. That's awesome, though. Someone's spoiling in my chat. Oof. Okay, I just needed a second there to unwind. That was incredible. Alright, I'm trying to contact Tanner. Tanner's not responding. I messaged Jisoo. Oh, Tanner's typing. Let's go. Can we see him? Let's see. Can we get him in here? He's typing. I'm just gonna call him. What up, Tanner?
Yo, what's good? What's good? Are we doing cameras or is it just you?
Do you want it? I could do cameras if you want to. Up to you.
I mean, I mean, I've face revealed before, so like I put my camera on for everyone else. Yeah, I can. If it's
sure, up to you. Whatever you want, brother.
Stream that way I can see it. Hold on. Yeah, I can turn my camera on. I don't care.
You don't care?
They can meme me all they want. I just won. Who cares?
Yeah, let's go, Tanner. Hold on. Let me put you up. Sorry, I wasn't actually prepared for this myself.
No, you're good. You're good.
Let's go.
I don't think we were prepared for that series to go that long either.
No, that was incredible. One sec here.
Yeah.
If I turn off my webcam on stream. Is that working? You see me? We're good?
Yeah, I see you.
Let's go, Tanner. Dude, how do you feel right now?
Oh, man, I feel great, bro. I know last season we had that horrible grand final. I feel like we had the way to win every time, and we just choked every push, and it was horrible. And then I remember, like, in one of your previous streams, you were saying, like, Origin put in the work in the off-season on the brawls.
Yes,
and that's basically all we focused on. That way, when we had the opportunity to push, we could fucking handle business. And that's what we did. Man. Aside for the cursing. I shouldn't do that.
Do it. Go for it, man. It's all you. Let it out. You've got emotions right now. We've all got emotions.
Hey, man.
Totally get it.
I don't want to have all that grand just taken away from me. Not right now, anyway.
No, you deserve it, man. Congrats. So, like, it's finally happened, man. It's taken you a lot of seasons now. Not trying to BM, but it's, you know, now that you finally got one, how does it feel, dude?
Nah, that's fair. It has taken a long time. It's felt great. You know, losing 2 seasons in a row, like after making the new team, it makes you doubt whether you made the right decision. But with the group of guys that we have, they make me want to play every day, and just getting on after like that loss last season to just try and get better. Like our like whole team is just, they were worth like every second of it, man. Like we put it all together at the right point.
Sure, yeah,
it was great
stuff. That's awesome. Yeah. Any shout outs you want to give to your team? Anyone in particular?
Oh, yeah.
Anyone else in general?
Shout outs to the whole team. I mean, everyone from like whoever played in grand finals, just to like who played in top four and who played in round robin, and just everyone in the off season. Like no one in particular, like I don't think deserves like a specific amount of credit. Like I think
Sure.
everyone's equal credit because we all put it together to get this tournament win. Everyone played a role, you know. People showed up for in the off season for scrims, like 3-4 days a week, and then we had people playing fucking phenomenally in top eight, top four, and we put it together at the right time. So shout outs to them. They made me look good today for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is definitely one of the most competitive seasons of all time, in my
Yeah,
opinion, at least. I don't
definitely.
know your experiences, but the fact that
Yeah,
at the end of the day, it is yours. You won the season.
yeah. I
Congratulations to
mean,
you.
they were top four. I mean, 4-2 with us, SOG, like 4-3 with Joker, like a bunch of game sevens, game nines, like all around. Like it was tough. Like every team was strong, I feel, in top four. And top eight was actually deep as well. Like there wasn't like any team to like disrespect or anything. So it
Yeah,
was a
no one
really
was
good
messing
season,
around
I think.
for
Nah,
sure.
I think it I mean I felt like they were like I mean, cause 6 or 7 teams could have made top eight just based off of how they were
Absolutely.
like beating each other. So it's like it was very competitive.
For sure.
Definitely feels real good being on top of all of that for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, you deserved it. Well, I'll ask you one more
Thank
question, I
you.
guess, then I'll let you go celebrate with your team because I'm sure everyone's really hyped right now. But any words for the fans, everyone watching right now, everyone who doubted you,
Yeah.
who believed in you, everyone.
I mean, for the doubters, I mean, I stayed around not to get mean, man. I stayed around because I know I could win regardless. And for the people who support us, man, I appreciate all of y'all. Like everyone watching the stream, whether you're watching us to win, watching us to lose, like regardless, if you're watching, like it's gonna help this community and this game grow. And the more tournaments like this, the better. So
For sure.
can't
Yeah,
really go wrong with the way this season went out.
absolutely. Well, that's about it. I'll
Yeah.
let you get back to your team, but thank you so much for agreeing to do this on short notice.
Thank
Wasn't
you.
even sure if I want to do it at all, but y'all deserved it.
Yeah,
Congratulations from everybody
I
in the
was
chat.
wondering because I saw a Wargaming. They did the official interview, and I was like, "Well, there's no Wargaming stream, so maybe we'll just slide past that." But I mean,
Nothing gets
it's good
past
to
me.
replicate that. It's good to replicate that because NA should be shown on like the same level as everyone else. So
Yeah, give
it's good
any
that
the
you did
credit it
that.
deserves, right? We had the best season, in my opinion. It was the most competitive for sure. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. I mean, for all those top four series to be that close, like, it's impressive.
hmm But yeah, I'll let you get back to your team. Thank you again, Tanner, for agreeing to do this.
Thank you.
And congrats, spring season champion. Let's go.
Yep.
Feels good, man.
All right. Thank
Take
you,
it easy,
stream as
brother.
well. Y'all have a good one,
Absolutely.
and you as well,
Yes.
34. See ya.
Take care.
Bye.
See ya. There we go, everybody. That was it. That is the season. What an incredible ending. And congrats. This is Tanner's first dub. It's been a long time coming, but this is the most deserved out of any team to take it. They put in the work. They had an incredible top 8 run and then winning every top 4 game as well in such close margins. In the end, they came out on top. Also, got to give a shout out to everyone who helped the stream. Got to give a shout out first of all to my mods, especially Draconic. Draconic, you've been such a huge help in all of these tournament streams. Keeping track of all of the the predictions, reminding people for delay, reminding people about the portal. Which, by the way, portal rewards should be closed by now, I think. I hope that everyone got their rewards. But Draconic, thank you so much for all of your help. All of my mods as well. AJ, Shoto, you're in here as well. I just had to give a particular one to Draconic because he's been here basically every stream, even though he's working with finals right now. So good luck with your finals. Tolian, of course. Tolian, you've been amazing with running all the tournaments, being really communicative, really helpful, and really willing to work with us on all of this. Everything that's gone wrong, everything that's gone right. And yeah, this has been such an amazing season. Absolutely my favorite by far. All-time NA. Easily, spring 2023. And I hope that it gets even better right now. Because NA is far from dead, right? NA is far from dead. This is exactly what we needed to get things back. I'm going to switch to the other just chatting scene. I'm still sharing my Discord screen right now. Oh, and since my Discord is using my webcam, that means it doesn't like it when two things are using my webcam at once. Here we go. But yeah, I really hope that next season is just as exciting as this one. So yeah, hope that y'all enjoyed. And I think that we're probably good to call it here at this point, right? We've closed out on the rewards, and I don't want to follow any of that up with some crappy gameplay, right? So we just gotta roll with it, I guess. Just gonna call it here. So if you're on Twitch, I'm gonna start a raid right about now. If you're watching this on YouTube, then this is about it. So hope that you guys all enjoyed. I'm going to be taking a bit of a break. Of course, my voice is killer, but the regular streams will remain. Also, while this is all happening, Shoto gifted 10 subs. I missed that. Thank you, Shoto, for 10 gifted subs, bro. You're insane. Follow for Prime sub from Lomo. We've also got some follows here. Dice Season, Noops, Fukin Noops. And yeah, I guess I'm going to cancel the raid real quick. I'm going to start it in a bit. But also, I guess this will be my last opportunity to plug myself. My name is 34. I'm a NA Twitch streamer, and I'm covering this tournament both on Twitch and YouTube. But primarily Twitch is my platform, so I'd appreciate if you drop me a follow there. It is linked right there, twitch.tv/34wattb. I would appreciate if you give me a follow and join me for the ride in the future, because the tournaments are far from over. I hope to cover as many as I can. We've just got a bit of a break here until summer season starts in early July. I think it was announced on the official stream today. So I will catch y'all for that if you do plan on showing up for the tournaments. But until then, I am going to go ahead and start the stream raid right now, and we're going to go ahead and end it. So I appreciate all of y'all stopping by. It's been a blast, and I hope that y'all enjoyed. So as always, stay safe. Happy tanking.